Greetings, fellow cultists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of a marathon playing Cult of the Lamb. If you would like to skip the overview and get straight to the gameplay, please use YouTube chapters. Cult of the Lamb is a game where you act as the figurehead of your own cult and fight against the bishops of the old faith. The combat is kind of like Hades, if you know Hades. You build up a cult of followers and go on crusades. And then, to advance in the game, you also have to defeat the bishops of the old faith, and to become stronger, you need to unlock upgrades for your cult through prayer at a totem, weapons and curses through sermons, and doctrines through getting commandment stones, which is mostly catering to your followers and leveling them up in their loyalty. You also unlock relics and tarot cards and fleeces through questing, gameplay, and buying it with in-game coin. And then followers need to remain faithful, fed, and cared for through a little settlement that you build to empower their leader. In this series, I do plan on role-playing. So doctrines, before we start, doctrines are something that you unlock while playing, and they're kind of like, you're forced to pick between two usually ideologically opposing options whenever you unlock a doctrine. So what I'm going to be doing as the leader of the cult is trying to roleplay the options that you guys vote for. So I'm just going to make two fake doctrines up. Imagine one is cannibal and one is vegetarian. If you vote for cannibal, when, the followers die, I'll probably butcher them for meat. If you vote for vegetarian, I would probably prefer to build a lot of farms. So what I'm saying is, the doctrines that you vote for will have role-playing consequences, not just in-game playing consequences as well. So therefore, by shaping for the doctrines that you vote on, you can help to shape whether the leader is selfish or generous, loyal or scheming, murderous or benevolent, so on and so forth. So that will be up to you. And then lastly, I will be playing with Twitch integration. So this game has Twitch integration. Followers are named after you. You guys can contribute to something called a totem, which we'll get into in a minute. And you'll also be able to vote for a whole lot of stuff, both with the integration and with polling. So there is a companion app to install if you want to partake, and you'll be prompted about that in just a minute. So let's get started. Praise the Lamb, conduit to great power, promised liberator of the one who waits below. Yet sacrificial beasts take heed, for a crown cannot sit upon two brows. Before us stands the last of its kind. All others we have hunted down and put to the blade. With this final sacrifice, the prophecy will be impossible to fulfill. The heretic who lies bound below will be condemned to eternal captivity, and the old faith shall be preserved. Thank you, Raiders. I'm gonna get through this cutscene and then I'll give you a shout out. Come closer, fear not, for though you are already dead, I still have need of you. Those foolish bishops thought they could keep you from me in death, but instead they sent you straight to me. I will give you life again, but at a price. All I ask is for that you start a cult in my name. Do we have a deal? Absolutely. So, have to fight my captors and escape from the altar that they killed me on. I don't particularly like being murdered by cultists, so let's get out of there. So thank you so much for the raid. You're playing GeoGuessr? I am so bad at that game. How did it go today? And welcome raiders to a marathon that I just started. Fear not, I'm Ratau. I was once a chosen vessel like you, but those days are lost to the winds. I was sent to guide you. We are deep in the lands of the old faith and in grave danger. My instructions are to lead you to safety. Continue through the woods. Escape lies ahead. I will be close by. All right, I got my first coin, a currency used for all manner of things. Oh, it told me to dodge to avoid damage, and then I promptly got damaged. So sometimes when you're on a crusade like this one, you have a choice to go either direction. And it's not always clear which direction leads you to your destination. And also, you are rewarded for exploration by gaining unlocks and treasure and things. Often, it will kind of be apparent what direction where it leads. So here is the exit. I found it. And I'll explain that on the next crusade. We have nearly reached safety, but look ahead, another poor soul about to be sacrificed. Rescue them, and they would have no choice but to join your new cult. Oh, mighty bishops of the old faith, we ask you to accept the sacrifice of this wretched soul. Hey, who interrupts our ritual and trespasses on sacred ground? I do. Luckily, during the tutorial, I'm like immortal, so all of my not dodging very well is not amounting to a loss, at least. You've been rescued. A follower awaits indoctrination. We have reached safety. You've done well. The red crown will allow you to use those markings on the ground to transport yourself great distances. It will take you to a temple that has fallen to ruin. There you will be able to begin your new cult. I will meet you there. Sacrificing people is bad? Oh, well, you'll have a chance to vote against live sacrifice sooner or later. So here is the results of the crusade. Gained 6 coins, gained a recruit, and this summarizes the rooms that we went through. So 2 combat rooms, a follower room, and then the mystery, which was talking to Ratau. Took 3 minutes, killed 30. 30 bodies towards the skull throne. Many more shall come. So please select a difficulty. I'm going to be playing just on medium. This was already voted on. And here is the temple ground. This hallowed ground, which once was mine, is now yours. This crumbling ruin is to be the site of your new cult. We have much to do. We begin by indoctrinating this poor soul into the warm embrace of your cult. Followers can gather resources for you. Order this one to collect lumber or stone. There he is again. Convert me to your cult. I will follow your teachings faithfully. It looks like this first one, I can't Maybe I have to reconnect the Twitch integration, because normally there'd be a button up here. But maybe because this is the tutorial, I can't. I'm not sure. So I'm going to name you Primus, as you are the first. So they have traits. This one's gullible, so he's easier to level up. He gains faith when building better sleeping quarters, so he likes to have beds and the like. And generates more devotion. More quickly, which is a really nice first follower to have. I don't know if it's random, the first one. But there we go. He's been indoctrinated. And I'm going to tell you to gather stone. Basically, I'm telling you to go kick rocks. By your hand, our cult will grow powerful. But your followers cannot live on prayer alone. They must eat. Gather the necessary resources to build a cooking fire. It will allow you to prepare meals for your followers. Oh. Yeah, that would be a thing. I connected this yesterday, and apparently I have to connect it again. So probably that first one, Primus, will let slide. But the rest of you guys should be able to get integration going now. And if you ever wonder, skipping those, you can always go back to help, and it will run you through. So I'll just read this about the integration. Viewers can spend shadow points, which fill up your Twitch totem bar, and I am unpausing that now. I don't know if I have a totem bar just yet, so I don't think it will work just yet. And I get rewarded once it's full. I believe it's 10 channel point redemptions to fill it up. Help or hinder events will happen automatically. They will allow voters to vote whether they want to provide a bonus or punish me. And these happen, I think, when you're on Crusade mostly, but you'll be able to be prompted for that. And then raffles for new people that join. Okay, so in order to make the cooking fire, I need 5 wood and 2 rock, or 2 stone. Rock and stone. I'm not sure where Primus went. Oh, there he is. Hello, Primus. You still chipping away at that? You're pretty weak. Don't worry, Swole Lamb here will get it built for you. I'm just gonna plop it here. You are allowed to or able to move buildings freely once they're built. Your followers need to eat. It's up to me to provide meals for them. The hunger of your cult can be seen at the bottom left, which will be up here. When it gets too low, followers will begin to starve. To find more food while crusading, pick routes that pass through foraging locations. And plant farms to grow your own food, seeds that can be purchased or found whilst crusading. And Scorpio, I can refund you on that. Alright, so let's go collect some berries and cook a first meal. So here is the basic berry bowl. It is a 15% chance that the follower poops immediately. Yeah. Oh yeah. Bon appetit. Now we must build a shrine. But first, we will need more followers and more gold. Both of which can be found while crusading through the lands of the Old Faith. Our mutual benefactor, the one who waits, has been trapped by the 4 bishops of the Old Faith. Each of them guards a chain that binds him to the realm beyond. We have conjured openings to their realms. It is your task to track them down and slay them so that he may be free. Now go. There you shall find gold and willing recruits, and those who are not willing, convert them by force. Okay, so I currently have Blood of the Covenant. Which is the priority. Return with gold, return with followers, and return from the lands of the Old Faith. I'll be explaining the game mechanics as they unlock through the tutorial. So if you have some questions, there's a fair chance I will answer them soon. So eventually you can use this portal to travel to other locations that are non-combat, but to go to Crusades, you just walk up until you get to this area. And this is the first Crusade area that I'm allowed to go to, which is the Darkwood. After the Darkwood, you got Anura. After Anura, you have Anchored Deep, which is on the left. And then eventually you get Silk Cradle over here on the right, scaled by difficulty. You can also read, here, godly blood was spilled. Here, did death no longer wish to wait. So in order to open the Darkwood, I need one follower. Thank you, follower. I start with 3 hearts. We can read this tablet. Entering the lands of the Bishop Leshy. Those who do not follow the ways of the old faith will be destroyed. Cool. I like for them to try. At the start of every crusade, you're given a random weapon, and then eventually something called a curse, which is kind of like a spell. You don't get to exactly choose them. Later on, you get a way to re-roll them. Oh, there we go. All right, let's get purging. So one really important resource early on is grass. Later on, once I'm well established, I won't need as much grass, but grass allows you to start farming, and in tight situations allows you to actually cook it for gruel. So taking a look at these rooms, one thing to notice is that, see this room with all the stars and crescent moon and all that? That means that this room leads to a tarot card reader. So let's go that way, because it's not combat. Plownik, praise the Lamb, conduit to great power, promised liberator of the one that waits below. So the card showed me once, many lifetimes ago, or has that yet to be? I have always drawn your cards, Lamb, and yet this is the first. Take these cards and I will draw another each time we meet. When drawn by me, they will grant you power. So we can choose 2 different boons, between 2 different boons. Sometimes you'll find cards in like chests and the like, and when that happens, you're just given a card and you give no choice. But I'm going to take Divine Strength. I'd rather have attack rate than extra life. Kill them quicker. Don't tank. Your deck decides your fate, and you find more upon your crusades. I will draw them for you. Look upon it now. So here are all of the tarot cards that I currently have unlocked that I could draw, and there are ways to unlock additional tarot cards. So we have Gifts from Below. You get extra health when you kill an enemy. Better loot from chests. You damage everything when your health is low. It triggers once. Double health when you heal. Curses consume less fervor. Fervor is like mana. You can think of it that way. 10% chance of automatically negating. Enemies drop more fervor. More damage. More attack rate. You poison them. You get a heart where when they damage you, they take damage. And then a telescope, which reveals the map. And chance to crit. And the extra health. And then extra health that is refillable. There's different types of hearts. There are the red hearts, which is like your basic health pool. There's diseased hearts, which aren't renewable. So if you have like a vampiric weapon, you can't like heal a diseased heart. But when you're hit at a diseased heart, it will hurt your enemies. And then there's a blue heart, which is like a temporary boost. You can think of it as like a shield or something. Now let's go this way. Enemies. Now each enemy type has its own unique attack pattern. So like these here, will only deal damage as they charge up and they blink beforehand. So like standing on them is fine. You just don't want to have them ram you. And your attacks obviously can interrupt as well. And here's exactly what I was saying. Sometimes you get cards from chests. And this is just +1 temporary heart up top. Now, it is also possible to get other upgrades. So for skipped rooms, you can always turn back if you want to be more of a completionist. There is an infinite amount of crusades that you can go on. So it's not like a finite thing that you can do. And then sometimes there's reasons to go back. If you think that the loot or the rooms that you happen upon are going to make you stronger, so on and so forth. So every now and then, it is definitely in your best interest to search every room, because it's possible that you will end up more healed or more with better gear or something like that. And this is the end of this stage of the Crusade, but it's a multi-stage map. So taking a look here, there are 3 different paths. One gives me lumber, one gives me stone, and one gives me food. I'm going to take the stone because it's easier to cut down trees than mine rocks early on. So then you happen upon this step where these are just resource nodes that get destroyed very easily, allowing you to fill up. So I got 21 stone out of that, which should help build the temple. Cut down some grass as well. This is a very short crusade. It's only a 2-step, or 3-step. And it's sometimes immediately to the boss, but often you have to traverse through the stages of the crusade as well. Ooh, that one gave meat. Oh, someone's pissed. How can this be? You're put on the blade. You were put to the blade, lamb, as all your kind were, and yet here you stand before me, unrepentant. The crown, his power, could it be? But I am stronger still. Turn tail and run, little lamb. So that is the first boss we'll be facing, but not now, not on this crusade, because he's right. We are too weak. Now, there is a benefit to, destroying kind of everything for resources. And then taking a look here, this sort of stone path leads you to the last boss fight, as indicated by this symbol here. But there's another tarot card reader to the left, which would power me up. And then I'm not sure what this leads to, but probably more fighting and possibly more loot. So worth going to as well. Hello, Claudette. I see your fate's hand on the cards this night. Yeah, let's gain temporary hearts. Bye, Clonic. I'll try the other path. More fighting. Almost got me. Oh, and this one is going to give me a better blade. So I am going up from a blade level 1 to a blade level 2. So you can see the difference. This is a 1.2 damage, and this is a 1.3. Not a big difference, but enough to trade up. And then I can recycle the other older blade for old gold. Alright, it's boss time. You've come far enough, little lamb. My followers are willing to do anything for me. Can you say the same of yours? I give myself to the cause, almighty leader. By the blood of the great ones, destroy the red crown. Oh, aren't you pretty? Oh, he hit me. Twice, actually. Now, there is a resource benefit to like not getting hit in boss fights and also not getting hit on crusades, but obviously I did not manage that. And now that he's defeated, well, you're mine now. Please spare me. Convert me to your cult. I will follow your teachings faithfully. Well, we'll see about that. And then at the end, we have some sort of benefit. So I can get berry bush seeds, a follower form, or stone. I will do the seeds. And then the loot chest of fervor and gold. And doing this crusade has broken a quarter of the seal to Leshy. So for every boss, you need to do 4 crusades, or 3 crusades to unlock the boss fight. So the door with the quarter of it lit represents that I'm a quarter done. There's other crusades other than boss crusades as well, and there's a whole lot of other combat to be had, but that's just one mechanic. So here we go. I've cleansed the non-believers, and this is what I've gained. 31 in 9 minutes, so I've slowed down. But I think this will be, other than Primus, our first raffle for a follower. I'm relieved to see you made it safely, and you have not returned alone. You've convinced more to join your faithful flock. Let us indoctrinate this new convert so that we may continue. Convert me to your cult. I will follow your teachings faithfully. Follower raffle. Let's go. How many hours have I played in total? I'm not sure. I could check. 35? All right, I'm going to close this in just a minute or two, or less, really seconds. And it's not typing raffle. This is Twitch integration raffles. So typing raffle does not work. You need the companion app of Call to the Lamb to enter this one. Escandia. There we go. Follower creation is in progress. I think. That was weird. Oh, did I go too quickly? Okay, sorry, Escandia. I don't think I can, like, give it back to you. This is the first time I've run one of these raffles, so clearly I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll wait until there's, let's say, 15, and we'll try to get through the growing pains of... Oh, there we go. So I end the raffle. European Bob. So I think I wait for you to create a follower. Because apparently hitting accept did not work. Which was news to me. All right. So you, Bob, gain faith when you fall ill, heal quicker, and work and generate devotion slower. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have you chop trees. Followers will either work or worship. Worshipping followers generate devotion for you to collect. But to collect devotion, you require a shrine. So let's go build a shrine. Praise be, your followers can now worship you. Here is a new follower. Assign them to worship at the shrine. Then collect the devotion of your followers generated at the shrine to unlock divine inspiration. And this little Twitch icon with the bar is the cult totem, where when this fills up, there's a bit of a spinning wheel to decide what kind of benefit I get. Convert me to the cult. Sure thing. Do another raffle. I think for... Oh, right. Oh, cool. Ascandia, you were redeemed. That's nice. I screwed it up, and then the game was like, you screwed it up. Wow, that's some pretty good coding, actually. So, collect devotion from your shrine. Once you collect enough, you will unlock divine inspiration. The more followers worshipping at your shrine, the faster it will fill up. If the shrines fill, they stop worshipping until it's emptied. And then, once you've collected enough divine inspiration, you unlock new buildings for your cult through the shrine. So this is kind of the way to gain technology unlocks. It's through faith. So we have unlocked our first divine inspiration for free. And this is what the tech tree looks like. But the first one, you're required to basically have a temple. So establish a temple to preach sermons and perform rituals. The most important building in the game by far. And cheers. Okay. Let's build a temple. So the temple is going to cost 15 wood. I'm on it. Not going to wait for my other followers to help. Now, with that said, Iscandia, what is your traits? Oh, you know what? I don't get to know that yet. But I'm going to tell you to cut down trees instead, because Primus was better at worshipping. I know that much. Eventually, you unlock ability to read minds and figure out traits and the like. And Zero, you're right. I do have some loot in the follower chest. But it's going to be stone, because I had Primus gathering stone while I was away. Temple time! This begs the question where I want to put it. I'll probably end up moving it later on. I'll just put it here for now, nice and close. I'm curious if... Yeah, I don't think there's a way for me to re-raffle Primus, though, right? No. There's the temple. The temple is the center of your cult. From there, you'll preach sermons to grow stronger and perform rituals to mold the fragile minds of your followers. You are responsible for maintaining the faith of your cult. If it falls too low, your followers will dissent against you and eventually leave. Your followers are ready to hear your word. Show them that you are a great leader. Preach a sermon from within your temple. So here is the faith bar. When it goes down to 0, you start to get dissenters, and dissenters will then preach that you are a false leader, trying to convert other people to turn against you, and they will also leave. You do not want dissent. There is a whole lot of different ways to fight against a loss of faith, but the easiest is just preach a sermon once a day. Perform a sermon, drawing energy from your followers and bolster the power of the Red Crown. Also, don't wake up your followers in the middle of the night to preach sermons. They'll be a little pissed about that. Strength through the flock. Through the faith of your followers, you grow stronger. Performing sermons will draw power from them and allow you to unlock new abilities, weapons, and curses. Followers with a higher loyalty level will generate more devotion. Therefore, more followers you have, and the more loyal they are, the quicker you will gain new abilities. So here is the combat unlock tree of curses and weapons. And the first one is that we gain a half a heart as a permanent unlock. But then everything else is more or less combat related. And as you can see, our faith meter has gone up a little bit. You are amazing to behold, a natural leader. I see why you were chosen. If you are to guide your cult, you will need to declare doctrines so that they might obey you. Return to the lands of the old faith and seek out commandment stone fragments. With these, you will be able to declare new doctrines. Bloodmess, thank you for gifting out some subs. Alright, Scandia, I want you to worship. And Bob, I want you to worship. I want divine inspirations to unlock new buildings. I don't really care about resources at the moment, as I don't have buildings worth building. As you can see, my building tree is a cooking fire, which I already have, and a totem and a shrine, or a shrine and a temple rather, so there's literally nothing else. So you can see this little red meter, and as it fills up, they, depending on their loyalty level, will put more into the totem. And in 4 more, I unlock a divine inspiration. So actually, I'll sit here and get my next unlock, because I'll be able to get sleeping bags, probably, allowing them to sleep more comfortably. So while they work on that, I'll just get a little wood. And Madsen, thank you for the resub, and Runloft as well. Come on, one more. I think Primus is going to do it. Alright, divine inspiration unlocked. Go with sleeping bags. It allows them to sleep, but it's very unstable and will collapse. So it's one of those things that you'll have to repair constantly until you get a higher level. So higher level will be a shelter, and then eventually it goes up to a grand shelter or a shared shelter. And I am going to cut down a few more trees so that I can build a last one. Just trying to take care of my flock. The totem contributions are working. Oh, actually, I need gold for the last one, so I'm not going to be doing that just yet. Primus, this is not your bed. Sorry, buddy. This is Scandia and Bob's. Another thing to note is in the top right, you can see time of day. So the red is nighttime, and then the rest is daytime. And unless you have like some sort of doctrine which will have them work throughout the night, generally speaking, they sleep. Thank you for tuning in to Call to the Lamb, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon July 15th. If you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, a link can be found in the description of this video or at Rhadamant.com as well. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel, and everybody that turned out to the streaming marathon. Hope to catch a next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow cultists,